So, Regina, I just wanted to thank you so much for supporting me on this journey. It's definitely been, a journey, and I really appreciate you being willing to teach me skills and confidence, because with me being a survivor of domestic violence, you lose so much confidence, going through something like that. And although definitely, years have passed, and I built up some confidence and things like that, but there's always room for, improvement.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I'm definitely excited to, learn from you today, for sure, and just keep on building. And even though this is just for, a date, in time, whether it's 6 months from now or a year from now or more, I'm looking forward to those skills that you're gonna, teach me. I'll be able to use those going forward. Because I am concerned about, a lot of times when you're a survivor of domestic violence, the next relationship you get into, for some women, they end up finding the same kind of guy. I don't want that to be me. And you know what I mean? Sadly, I've known a couple of women who that's happened to. So I definitely have those concerns. So definitely I'm looking forward to learning from you today. I'm excited. Oh, but you know what? Tell me about your upcoming boot camp. You have a boot camp coming up February 26th. 26th?
Yep, February 26th. So we're going to do, it's a model coach seminar where we're taking in more model coaches, kind of showing them the ropes, giving them a way to make more money, and then be a part of a winning team. So it's going to be pretty interesting. We have other phenomenal model coaches too that will be there. So they'll be able to speak on a panel and kind of give, how model coaches should or should not act, how they're going to face different challenges. So we'll talk about that at the model coach seminar.
Great. And how did you get started in modeling? You've been doing this for
a minute. So I started when I was 13. I started with Vision Summer Beauty Camp, and it is a Vision Summer Beauty Camp really taught me that internal self-respect, I think, from just dinner etiquette to talking to others to relationships to, now don't get me wrong, after I had, that was at 13.
Right.
So they also showed us modeling skills too. And in that, the first year, I was, trained by some of the senior models that were there. The next year, my second year, I was training others because I had this niche for training and helping and assisting other people. And so from there, I've been coaching for a minute. And this is just being asked to. This is not Regina going to aggressively teach other people. It was just something that God has always, well, Regina, come do this and go do this. And I was like, okay.
Awesome.
And I've been coaching ever since. So first, let's talk about why it's important to have confidence. Okay. I think a lot of times people talk, have confidence. It's like a cliche to be confident and walk in with confidence. But a lot of people don't talk about why it's important. I think for me, what I've learned, and what I would love to share with you is being confident is not knowing all the right answers. Okay. So in a relationship, doesn't mean that I have to know him through and through, and it doesn't mean he needs to know me through and through for us to survive our relationship. But what needs to happen is the confidence that I should have for me to survive in the relationship. And I know that we were talking about different issues in relationship, from domestic violence to non-verbal. It could be, just shunning, and just disgrace look, But when I felt that before, verbal and non-verbal violence against me, one of the things I realized was that you have to have confidence so you can withstand those type of people. I'm not perfect with it. So one thing I would say to you is research a little bit deeper on why you should have confidence. When you research, it's not so much that you're going to Google. It's that you're going to God.com. It's you going to God on your knees, or however you talk to him and conversate with him, and figure out why you should have confidence. For me, I found that having confidence helps me deflect some of those hurtful things that were said to me. And so I take that with me, but I start with that first. Why do I need to have confidence? What is it that confidence gives me in order for me to be successful? But that's everything. Because once I have confidence, I can go into any room, I can go face any situation, and it's unknown. It doesn't mean I know it, but when I walk in the room, I have to know me, and I have to know what I am capable of doing. And to me, that's the importance of why you should have confidence.
Yeah. So then me being a mother and having girls, especially for my youngest, what do I do to ensure that she has that confidence? Of course we talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We talk a whole lot. But she's so shy.
Yeah.
So what kind of things do I do to help her build confidence too and be emotionally intelligent?
I think being an example for our younger ladies. I have a mentor group I do for high school. And one of my goals is to be the example. Because it's hard for me to tell you over and over and over again to be confident. I have to show you. I have to show you in the way that I talk, in the way that I contact, in the way that I speak with authority, the way that and this is very important with girls as well as boys, because I have 4 boys. So I have to show them too how a lady carries herself confidently, because I think not just telling them, but showing them. I think from the way that you look at them, the way that you treat them, the way that you treat yourself, the way that you carry yourself. It could be in your posture. It could be relaxed. A lot of times confidence comes from just relaxing yourself. Okay, I'm stressed out, but I have to go have this board meeting. Well, I can't walk in there with jitters and all kinds of other stuff. No, it's okay to be vulnerable, okay, but accept the vulnerability and then use that for your advantage. And there's, we can talk about that later. But I would definitely say, how do you approach your young girls is you showing them what confidence looks like. Because if they know what it looks like, they know what the result is, they can actually mimic that. And then when they start to understand it, then they can actually apply both of what they see and both of what they understand.
Awesome. Awesome. So then for me, looking forward to getting out here on this date, this whole thing that I'm doing, this fun building project that I'm doing. I'm actually pretty nervous about it because, I was in this relationship for so long and he's all that I knew, so I'm really excited, to see how everything's going to turn out, but also nervous. So what tips can you give me about this day one? This new chapter.
Well, what are you nervous about?
What am I nervous about? I don't know. I just think it's foreign territory.
Okay.
It's foreign territory. Unfortunately, this is a relationship that started when I was 15. Though mom and daddy said no boyfriend and things like that. I did do those types of things, but just that personality type and even things that would happen that I can look back on now as an adult and say, oh my God, that was definitely controlling behavior. Oh my God, I can't believe at 16 I did that or accepted that or, going on through the years. So I just feel like it's foreign territory, it's just different, I guess. That sounds strange,
I love how you say it's foreign territory because it definitely is. I think the confidence starts with what you have and what you bring to the table. So when you walk in, you know what you bring with you. Right. All of your brilliance, all of your creativity, all of your fineness.
Thank you, girl.
All it is a gem.
Okay, all right.
All it is a gem. So regardless of what he's going to bring to the table, I know what I'm bringing. Right. So that's the confidence that I'm bringing in here. Now I look at him and I say, well, is he for me? Are we compatible? We may have differences, but are we compatible? What similarities do we have? Those type of things that you'll be looking for. But honestly, at this point, it's about having fun.
Right. That's what I want to do. I just want to have a good time. And then, that's just the main thing for sure.
Yes.
Sure. But down the line, if I do decide that, I really am ready to really just, allow this healthy relationship in my life, this healthy person who's gonna, you hear women, I heard women say now, you have moved him out of your life. Now that healthy individual can come in.
Yes.
And that's what's happened. God has moved him out of your life.
Yes.
So that you could have a healthy relationship.
Yep.
So my question for you is, you've been in this awesome marriage for 12 years.
12.
You got 4 awesome boys.
Yep.
What would you say is the key to success?
I would say it is letting go of those past hurts, what was done to me, and then forgiving myself too for allowing some of the stuff to happen. Some of the pain that I may have inflicted on other people too, because I can't say that I've always been a victim. Sometimes I've either allowed it or I've perpetrated it to happen too. And I think that with that said, I had to let go. I had to let go. I had to cry, scream, shout. I needed to write it all down. I needed to just let it go. And once I let it go and I released it, I was able to find somebody who was completely different. And to the point where now, because my first child is with someone else. And I went into my marriage with prayer and determination to break generational curses.
Amen.
And so with that said, I went in with Regina, you know who you are. You've done your healing process. And healing doesn't stop in like a year. Like you already know.
Yeah, 6 times.
It's a whole journey to the point where there's still little things that my husband finds like, Regina, can you just let this go? And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know that was a problem that I had. So I had to also be willing to listen, to learn, to be better. Does that make sense? But for me, because I think God wants us to be better beings more than he wants us to find somebody else. And I think like for you, I would say the same thing, is when you go into this dating process that you have fun.
Right.
Have a whole lot of fun.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun.
Enjoy. I mean, to the point where your first bite of food, if y'all go on a date, like to a restaurant, is like, oh my God, this tastes so good. Like, enjoy the moment. And then when you leave and you kind of reflect on some things, is this the right one for me? Is this what I want? And then eventually you'll realize, like, I don't even care about my past issues. All I want to do now is just be with this one person I just found, or that found me. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Beautiful. Well, I appreciate you, Regina.
No,
I'm excited. Looking forward to getting through March 21st and seeing who the winner is.
Can I say this about you? I think that honestly, you know what it takes. And I think that you have a great spirit to find somebody that you really, really are going to like mesh well with.
Thank you.
You do.
I appreciate that.
You do.
I appreciate that so
You
much.
do. You have so much hope. And I think that a lot of women are listening to this story and will benefit from this.
I hope so. Definitely. That's always the goal, to help as many people as I can. And like you said about breaking generational cycles, it don't make no sense, Regina, that I was among the 3rd woman in my family tree to endure this and didn't nobody say nothing.
Yeah.
So now I'm speaking up.
Good.
And I'm hoping these children, all the children, this 4th generation in our family, that they get it.
Yeah.
So,
well, thank you for what you do.
Yeah, thank you too, girl. All right.
Yeah. All right.